Welcome back to the Omniverse Comics Guide podcast. I'm Dave Molyneux, and this is the first of a brand new special series called What's Been Happening With. In these episodes, I'm joined by a special guest who's going to update us on a particular series to give new or long-term lapsed readers an idea of what they've been missing. This week's guest is a long-time web-slinger fanatic who'll be giving us the lowdown on what's been happening with the amazing Spider-Man. It's Lee, aka Reeds. Dude, how you doing?
Hello.
How are you, man? What's going on?
I'm good, thanks. Are you?
I'm amazing.
I see what you did. I like it.
Oh, so dude, you're going to give us a little overview on what's been happening in Spidey's books. So give us an idea of what you've been reading at the minute, just to get the gist of you.
Ooh, so I'm keeping up with Spidey on the every 2 weeks now. So every new issue that's dropping.
Right.
And I'm keeping up with the single issues as they come out. Same with basically any main kind of spider book that's coming out. I just like to keep up to date with it because I've got no patience to wait for trades, basically, because it all gets spoiled before it comes out anyway, doesn't it? So
yeah, every time.
But I'd rather just not be spoiled by the internet.
Rather just blow all that cash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is it.
Plus, what else have to give covers, right?
Exactly. I love a little shiny cover every now and then.
They need to gimmick covers on the trades and the omnis.
They do.
Stuff.
Do you know what? A foil cover on a trade or an omnibus. Someone's missing a trick there.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping for Generation X. Generation X, when it finally gets collected, I'm hoping we get that chromium cover like we had on the 90s series.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do it on the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
That iconic issue 200. Yeah. Spidey and Green Goblin on
the webs. Did you get that book?
Yes. Yeah. Love it.
I want it. Haven't got it yet.
Of course I got it. It's been one of my most wanted for years.
It's finally here. If you want to hear J.M. DeMatteis talk about that book that we are discussing, Eric's interviewed JMD and he's reminiscing about his time on Spectacular Spider-Man, Dr. Fate, and other such titles. But we won't stay on there for too long. I want to know, dude, what's been happening with Spider-Man?
Great question. There's a new series launched, 2025, so this year. And we're up to issue 16 at time of recording. The first trade technically isn't out yet, but I believe it's out in December, start of December.
That's a wait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been quite a long wait. So the previous series was written by Zeb Wells, and that ended earlier in the year. He left, and then there was kind of like a chunk in between.
Right, like a month's gap or something.
A new team. So Joe Kelly took over, but the book wasn't rebooted into a new number one yet.
Right.
Yeah, so they did a storyline called 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which I won't talk about here. Okay. That's another time. It's quite a long-winded story.
Okay.
So we're picking up with issue 1 of the new series. Like I say, you've got Joe Kelly as the writer. We've got 2 main artists, so it's split between John Romita Jr. and Pepe Larraz.
Pepe Larraz, yeah.
Pepe Larraz. The first kind of story arc is Pepe, and then it goes to John Romita.
Okay.
And then something happens, which we'll get to, and the art duties is stopped between the two, depending on the story. Trades are already solicited. So the first trade is issue 1 to 5. It's kind of like catching up with where Peter is at that moment in time. It's the typical down on his luck, looking for a job.
Who, Pete? Surely he's going past that.
There's no love. Actually, to be fair, I was going to say there's no love in sight, but he technically does have a girlfriend.
A familiar
she's
one?
Called Shay Markin, who is a Ravencroft nurse.
Oh.
And Anna was in Ravencroft for a short while in the previous series.
Right.
And Shay was caring for her, basically, and they kind of met through that. It's kind of going nowhere, and it's just... If it isn't Mary Jane, it's not going to go anywhere, is it, really, with fans?
I'm quite happy without Mary Jane. I never liked her.
I mean, it's either Mary Jane or Black Cat for me.
Black Cat, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, either of the two.
Yeah.
But anyone else is not going to cut it.
No.
Because they never consistently commit to it either when they do it.
Has it been on and off again with MJ for 10 years then? Bear in mind,
Yeah.
just for full disclosure, I haven't read Spider-Man in 10 years at this point. I know with the Omniverse Comics Guide, but I haven't read new Marvel stuff, with a few exceptions, in a decade. So this
That is still
information
the same.
is as new to me as it is to probably some people listening, which is kind of the point of the
Oh,
episode, right? It's to kind of get
yeah.
a feel for where things
Gotta,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, and let's see if you can convince me to pick up Spider-Man. You won't.
So the first arc is called Get Back Up. So Spidey, he completely loses control. It's just completely violent. Like it doesn't
Oh.
stop. But it scares him. Like it completely shocks him. So he goes to get checked over by, this is another thing if you've not been reading it, Norman Osborn, who he's now friends with.
Okay, I'm vaguely aware of this, but yeah.
Yeah. So Norman is no longer the Green Goblin. He's trying to renounce for his sins and all the things he's done wrong.
Is he still a Golden Goblin or something?
He is not the Gold Goblin anymore, but that doesn't mean that he's not helping. So he's kind of like Peter's man in the chair kind of thing. So
Okay.
he's giving him either tech upgrades or, like he's speaking to him, giving him tips on how to win the fight
So
kind of
weird.
thing. Yeah, it's one of those. I think it's been about 5 years now that he's been on the
Really?
on the good side. That's how long it's been. But you're still waiting for that. When's it gonna come? When's it?
Do you think it will?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll be in this series.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be in this series
because making him that
because
key.
of where we're getting to. Norman checks him over and says basically, "You're fine. Nothing really wrong with you." But then in the meantime, we're also getting throwbacks to like Peter's childhood, which are quite cool, and the illustrations from them are really good. And basically, what's happening is their equivalent of Pepsi or Cola is getting poisoned, and the people that are drinking it are getting like breakouts, like how Rhino did, how Spidey did,
Oh.
and it's kind of in your bloodstream, so it's kind of getting thingy through that. Probably the highlight of this is the artwork. Obviously, Pepe's work is really
Yeah, his
dynamic.
stuff is great.
Yeah.
So what's the second arc? Is that another down
So
to
the
earth?
second arc, we're going over to John Romita Jr. artwork, and that is called Through the Gates of Hell. In the backup of issues 1 to 5, we're getting kind of like maybe one-page stories of this threat that is coming, and it's a character called Hellgate. He kind of looks like a centurion. I don't know, how would you describe him?
Well, the thing is, his costume reminded. I saw a picture of him, and his costume reminded me of Thanatos from the Spider-Man 2099 series.
Yeah, his power level is exceedingly higher than Spidey's. Like, he doesn't stand a chance, but isn't that the case with most of the fights that he has? And he's like, "I want your strongest warrior," and then comes
Oh.
across Spidey. He obviously is going to be a major player, like in a couple more issues' time. It's very reminiscent of Spidey's fight with Morlun, which to me is still one of the best Spidey fights
That
of all
was an
time.
epic fight.
Yeah, it was incredible. Peter gets whooped, completely like manhandled, doesn't stand a chance. From that point, we don't see Spider-Man. Everyone's like, "Where's Peter? Where's Spider-Man?"
For how long? Like an
We
issue.
don't know where he is. Somehow, he ends up in space on another planet. Clearly, if he's been beaten up and punched that hard and he's landed on another planet, he'd be dead
He'd
just
be
by being in space.
Slightly dead, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's been explained, or if it has, I've missed it.
So someone's teleported him away, potentially.
Yeah, potentially to save him. But then in the meantime, word has spread around that there's nobody protecting the city. I mean, what all the other
Apart
heroes in
from
New York
the
City are doing?
Avengers, the Daredevil.
But it's more importantly his day-to-day life. During the first arc, he gets a job at Rand Enterprises in kind of like the science department.
Oh, right. What? Iron Fist's company.
Yeah. So he's in the science department working on some kind of breakthrough stuff. I don't really know it. I don't really know science.
I don't think they explain really what Rand do they? Because it's like I think of it like the business in the IT crowd where no one knows what it is.
It's just a business.
Yeah, in a
just a
very
front.
tall building with a lot of people. What do they do? Yes. No, what do you
Yeah.
actually? 9 to 5, yes.
Yeah. Peter isn't showing up to work. Aunt May, obviously, no contact. Norman, no contact. Eventually, Spider-Man does return, but he looks a bit different, enough to where the reader knows it isn't Peter, if that makes sense. There's
Okay.
been some alterations to his costume. And I don't know if you can see the little
Yeah.
detail there.
Yeah. With the
And that
wrist,
instantly,
the web shooters on the
who
outside, that reminds me of Ben.
exactly, and that's exactly where I
Sorry,
think
Ben Riley, if anyone's...
Ben Riley,
Yeah.
his
clone.
clone, who once did take the mantle of Spider-Man.
Uh-huh. That's right. In the 90s.
In the 90s, he's currently a villain known as Chasm, and he's got some
Oh.
kind of supernatural powers.
Uh-huh.
I think with Joe Kelly, he's kind of given him a bit more to work with,
Okay.
whereas previous writers have just kind of, he's the evil brother.
Uh,
Like, so Joe's kind of doing something with him, which is good.
well, he's a pretty smart writer, though, I always think. Like, he does layer
Yeah.
characters normally.
Yeah.
So
And and I appreciate it because I'm a massive Ben Riley fan. So my first era was the Clone Saga.
I have a soft spot for that, even though I have my issues with the Clone Saga, but I do have a soft spot for Ben Riley.
Shocker has got some little villainous sidekicks called the Aftershocks.
That's great. Yeah, I
Great
like
name,
that.
isn't it? Yeah, the Aftershocks. I love it. So his little Aftershock henchman, Spidey, he's breaking arms, like he's a bit too violent. Word also spreads among the other Spider folk. So you've got Miles Morales, you've got Silk, you've got whoever, and they call him out and kind of corner him, which is great because you've got this moment where he tries to fight them off. So you've got Spider-Man against like these kids,
The other
effectively.
Spider-Man family.
Yeah, we love the man who we know is under the mask. We're not going to give his name in case you're not him, but we love this man and you're damaging his reputation.
That's actually intrigued me quite a lot, and I wasn't expecting it to. And the thing is, like, it's no disrespect to yourself. He's a massive Spidey fan or anything, but I'm so cynical now at having read Spider-Man for 31 years.
Yeah.
And just went, I think I'm done now. The thing is, the unmasking thing is such a trope of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like it goes right the way back to the Green Goblin, and then over years we had the Hobgoblin, and we've had all sorts of other villains.
Who's that behind the mask?
Who is it really? And with it being Spider-Man, I don't know if they have. So, did they have that element of mystery in the Zeb Wells run? Did you know who was under the mask when it wasn't Peter? Going in.
Yeah,
You did. So this is the first time it's been a mystery as to who's under the
but this one was a mystery because it was kind of a red herring as well. In some ways.
Okay.
Issues 11 to 16, we kind of find Peter in space. He's on another planet. We'll assume he got teleported.
Yeah,
Let's face it.
why not?
He wouldn't survive anything else, would
Bus.
he? Yeah. And he wakes up with a bunch of aliens and then basically finds almost like a symbiote suit, almost like I can never remember how you pronounce it. Is it Phalanx?
Phalanx.
And he looks really cool. He's like black and gold.
So it looks like Warlock.
A bit like Warlock.
Got you.
But it's also, for longtime Spidey fans, a bit like the bulletproof armor. Because what else is there to do in space but team up with Rocket Raccoon?
Oh, why not?
And there's another symbiote called Symbi. To me, is one of these things that is just made to sell toys.
Oh, right. Spider-Man's generally a street-level character, and even though you can take him sometimes out of that in the odd story, is this too much?
I think the problem with me is it's not that it's too much. You're taking everything you know, introducing a completely new supporting cast, because, obviously you know who Rocket is.
Yeah.
But he's never really been in... Obviously, I know who he is, but he's never really been in a Spider-Man comic before.
Not that I can.
And he's dealt with another Peter, but Peter Quill. So he's like still got the same jokes. He's like, oh, I dealt with another Peter, kind of thing.
Right.
But then everybody else is just an alien that I've never met before. So I've got no connection to them. So then when they're becoming in threat or in danger, I'm like, why do I care?
Let
if
them
you're
die.
Yeah, exactly. But then the whole thing with this Hellgate, when he was getting beaten up, he was basically saying, you need to be, I can't remember what the phrase is now. Like, I need you to be the best that you can be. I need you, like, when I defeat you next time, like, get your stuff together, basically. Right. So they're going to fight again. They're going to come head to head. And we know that's coming. And obviously it's going to be he's gonna have to come back to Earth to do that.
Part of his gauntlet could be getting this costume or whatever, and they might do like a series of things where he's got to toughen up, like his labours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then so basically, within this, you're now alternating issues. So one's in space, one's on Earth, one's in space, one's back on
Between
Earth.
the two
And how
Spideys.
yeah. So
Okay.
we're not getting like back to back the same. So actually, and I think this has been the same amongst most of the people that I've spoken to that's keeping up with it. The street level stuff is still the best stuff. And people are
That's
struggling.
Spidey, man.
It is, and the intrigue is there with everything that's going on. Like that stuff that I've just explained to you, like who's under the mask. You've got all the other Spidey people like coming to like interrupt. You've got who's stepping up at his work, like who's doing all these things. Is he going to come back and his life's in tatters, or is everyone going to pull together to kind of keep the ball rolling while he's gone?
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
maybe breaking it up in that way is the best way to do it, so people aren't getting sick of this lost in
Yeah,
space
one
stuff.
or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can kind of you
Because
get the
it
best
might
of both
be
every month.
if you've got someone that's really enjoying the space stuff,
You win it.
you've only got one issue to wait until you're back there.
Yeah. In summary, then, dude, do you feel like you could recommend Amazing Spider-Man to people right now?
You know what? For the first time in a long time, I can happily, easily recommend this title.
Oh,
Because
nice.
it has felt for a lot of years just like
A lot of
I'm a
years.
yeah. Well, before that we had Nick Spencer,
Oh, I heard that was bad.
which
That was a while back too.
bits were okay, bits were not so great. Overall, I didn't fully enjoy it, but I'm not amongst the masses with that. Then we went to Zeb Wells, which I enjoyed more than most people have enjoyed it. I tend to go against the grain, is basically what I'm saying.
No harm in that, dude.
But it's not been something that it's not something that I could recommend to you and say you'll enjoy this. It's just kind of like my episodic check-in. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just, yeah, I'm just catching up with these guys, like see what's going on. Oh, you're not having a great time. I'll come back in a couple of weeks, see how it's going on. But yeah, no, this new Joe Kelly run, we're only 16 issues in. This is the time to jump in. I think anybody would have a good time with this.
It sounds like a fun time. I really want to. I'm not saying this because you're here, because I'd tell you if I thought like that. This isn't for me. But I mean, the idea of this is that if people feel like that's something that might want to draw them back in, or if they've never read Spider-Man before, potentially, it could work for new readers potentially by the sound of it.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to know if people feel like they might pick it up. So let us know what you think. Let us know if that sounds like a book you're reading. Let us know if you're already reading this title and you're loving it or not loving it. Also, if you've been away from Spider-Man for a long time, tell us how long it's been and why. Drop anything in the comments, because we'd really want to know. And like I say, as someone that's not read it in the better part of 10 years, I'm now hearing you talk about it and going, finally, this sounds like Spider-Man that I'd actually read. This is stuff with Peter Parker, or maybe not, under the mask. I'd actually read. Lee, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to wrap it up.
Thank you for having me.
But you can find Lee on Instagram at reeds_reads. That's REEDS_READS. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been great. I've really loved talking about Spidey in this, because this is all fresh to me as well. So it's really nice to know what's going on and to actually talk to someone who's quite excited about what is going on. And be sure to visit Omniverse Comics Guide for more podcast episodes and reading orders, including some Spider-Man crossovers and events. We'll catch up soon.
We will.
All right. Cheers, man. Peace.
Peace.